These are the two software programs I'm using to make the video. This first one is called Hypercam. This is what I use to capture the screen, get the screenshots. And the second one is called the Canovia. This is what I use to analyze the ball bounce project. Now, Hypercam, we can download that here at cnet.com. Just type in Hypercam, and usually it's your first one. As you notice here, it's got almost about 3 million downloads. So you really can't go wrong with this software. Plus, it's free. So here's the user interface, which is very, very simple to use. There's 3 tabs here that you're not really going to use as much. These 3 are going to be your primary tabs. Screen area allows you to select the region that you'd like to view in your video. So if you want to, all you do is click on this and then drag open a screenshot that you want to get. It can be something the size of this box here, or it can be your entire screen. It's entirely up to you. Your start, stop, pause, and record and play buttons, you'll use those. The hotkeys are basically your keyboard keys. There's really nothing special there. This right here tells you exactly where your file's located. It's also an AVI file. So in the end, you're going to notice these files are very large. One of the things that you want to note here is that rates and frames per second, or rate and frames per second, it defaults to 10. I had noticed that my cursor was not keeping in sync with the audio. So what you want to do is, if you run into that problem where you're talking, but you're describing an output folder, but your cursor's over here doing something else, it's because you need to adjust this. I had to work my way down to 7, and so 7 seems to keep everything in line. So that's the only problem I think I had, and that was on. I have this installed on 2 computers. The first one, no problems at all. My second computer, I had to adjust this. So it really depends on the computer that you're using. So that's that program right there. Very simple to use. Now the other program is the video analysis software. This is the website right here, and you can download. It's entirely free. So that's the one thing that I liked about it, and plus it's very easy. I think it took me about a half hour to download, install, and kind of figure out at least how to use it for our purposes today. This is the software. This is how it looks. Go ahead and X out of that there. Now this is how it looks when you first download and install it. All you do is click on File, open your video file. In this case, that's my video. You can adjust the size of the video there. There's quite a lot of neat features in this, including this little grid here. This is pretty neat because you can kind of pick some reference points here to line this up to. And my first few attempts at making a video for the ball bounce project was I used this grid to kind of help me in keeping my lines more or less vertical, or my measurements vertical, because sometimes you'll have the tendency to kind of I'll show it in a minute, demonstrate in a minute, but you'll take a measurement from here, and instead of taking it straight down to where your ball bounced, if your ball kind of moves along the way, you'll wind up taking it over here at an angle, and so you'll have this line that kind of stretches at an angle here. You're actually adding more inches to that measurement by doing that. So this kind of helped me to keep more or less vertical lines along the way in my measurements. You don't have to use it though. It's not really. It just kind of makes it a little easier. This right here is going to be the most important tool you're going to use, your line tool. All you're going to do is, first you'll want to adjust your video speed. I found that about 20%, somewhere in there, 19-20%, kind of gives you a really good slow motion video that you can work with a lot easier. Click on your line tool. You want to get your reference point laid out. This marker right here where the cursor's right at now, we measured that before, and that was 60 inches from there to the base of this. So I'm just going to measure that to right about the base there, and you'll need to right click on that line, and you're gonna have to calibrate the measurement there. Change this to 60 inches and apply. So now everything that you do is going to be based on this measurement right here. So all I did is I press play, and my next measurement is going to be where my ball, you make sure you click on your line, put the crosshairs right over in the middle of your ball or wherever you decide to measure, and just leave it. Don't touch it. You don't have to do anything else. Let the video continue playing. As the ball drops, you leave the cursor exactly where it's at. You don't want to change that. Once the ball actually hits the ground, then you'll left click on your mouse, and that'll stop the video and allow you to take your measurement. So let's get closer. Let's see. And right there is where I want to pause and take my video. I just extend this about to where the ball landed, which is right about there. Oh, again, you don't really want to get these too much at an angle, because if this bounces over and over, I'm adding more length to my measurements. That's why I mentioned the grid is a pretty good idea, because it allows you to kind of line this up more or less in a vertical, taking a vertical measurement. But that's all you do. So you continue playing. I've got my first measurement. What's neat is that it gives you these little kind of window panes here along the way, and if you don't like one measurement, just simply X out of that one. Like in that case, I didn't really like that. It was kind of skewed off at an angle, so I X out of it, and I can back up here. Press play, my line tool, crosshairs, wait for the ball to drop, don't do anything. The minute the ball hits the ground, I'm going to left click on my mouse and it'll pause the video and I can take my measurement. Right there. So just left click, hold on to it, drag the line down, take my measurement, and roughly right about there. And that's it. Press play. I can take my next measurement, just click on my line tool again, kind of follow the ball, and this is one of the reasons that you want it to go pretty slow, because you're going to have to follow the ball, get an idea of where it kind of peaks out here. Just leave your crosshairs right in the middle, and as soon as it gets to the top, you'll kind of leave it there. Don't do anything, let the ball bounce, and then take your measurement at that time. As soon as this one lands, I'm going to click. And right about there. So I'll drag this line out, and there's about my measurement there. Let it go, and now I have that frame, my original measurement of my ball, second measurement, and you continue doing that all the way down until your ball stops.